So yeah, anyways, all in all, fun experience, but I don't think I'm going to be shoving something made of glass up my butt ever again. Recording stopped. Charlie had done it once again. Another perfectly articulated epic drafted from nothing more than the eccentrics of a variety streamer. Charlie sat at his desk preparing to post the video on his channel. At that moment, though, Charlie noticed a notification popped up on his Discord. A mundane thing that raised no suspicion. After posting his video, some strange unknowable force compelled Charlie to check the message, knowing full well it was likely either a viewer or bot trying to slide into his DMs. What slithered into his DMs, though, didn't appear to be a bot, but instead a user under the moniker of DMC. Attached to the message was a link to a video entitled Woman Plays Mozart on Piano with Butt. With no hesitation, Charlie, stricken with overwhelming curiosity, moved his cursor over to click on the video. Menacing vibrations it showed throughout his body like the chilled shivering of a spine of a small animal meeting gazes with an apex predator. Simply needing to know more, Charlie clicked the video, so the click heard round the world, a decision that would shake the world and make kingdoms crumble to dust. The video began as normal but was met with a sudden interruption as the video began to stutter and artifact in strange alien ways. Charlie, though, continued to sit dumbly watching the screen, watching the buffered bars agonizingly slow and melodic crawl across the progress bar. Charlie was about to close the tab as the video came to a stop with no sign of continuing, but suddenly a blindingly bright heavenly light poured from the screen as an arm cloaked in shimmering light reached from the screen. Charlie leaped from his seat, throwing up his arms, bellowing with only the most manly of screams. In a panic, Charlie attempted to flee, but it was already too late. The arm of shimmering light had stretched forth and clasped Charlie's balls and pulled him into the computer screen. All at once, reality seemed to collapse around Charlie. He could feel all space and time falling apart around him as the infinite expanse of glittering stars folded into itself, shattering the skies and forging the heavens before him. It was like that one scene from Men in Black, the animated series, I assume. I never actually watched that show, but I assume something like that happened somewhere in the show. Fortunately, or unfortunately, this was no cosmic act of CBT, but instead a summoning of some kind. Charlie appeared in his room once again, looking exactly as it had before, but littered with old takeout food bags and empty sodas. Before him sat a rotundous man of unfathomable mass and girth who seemed to have just moments ago got the eating dinner world record speedrun. A man of such prestigious size must have been truly a master of the gourmet eating speed tech. The rotundous man slowly turned his chair around, revealing his identity. It was none other than Charlie. Sorry about the bait, but I had to get you by the balls somehow. He grossly snickered at his own poorly tasted joke. So, Charlie Prime, you can call me Discord Mod Charlie or DMC for short. Charlie Prime, or CPF going by the poorly foresighted acronym system, pulled himself from the ground and stood up and began looking around the room. At first glance, it seemed normal, though on closer inspection, Charlie's keen eye spotted the trappings of DMC's obsessions. A collection of Funko Pops and anime waifu body pillows nestled themselves into the corners and shelves of the room. Holy shit, it's like every single bad decision I could have ever made is looking right back at me, like one of those stories that shows you what might happen to you if you don't shape up and get your tits in line. Prime Charlie, as he shall now be known, as said in his typical drolling tone, seemingly reacting to the situation with a reactive casualness as though it were as typical as any other routine act. Come to think of it, you have the power to grab people by the balls and shoot them through space and time and use it to summon me. Of all people, you could be reaching through the screen, grabbing tits and slapping haters. Why are you wasting this power on me? The MC let out a sigh. It's kind of a dangerous process with a lot of risk involved behind it. It's actually a miracle that I was able to pull you through so easily and unharmed. I didn't do it for no reason though. Something really bad has happened in the water tower. Whole fucking moistverse isn't enough of it. Like that one time Marvel made a movie about all the superheroes fighting each other in a massive civil war, but instead of superheroes fisting each other into oblivion, it's Charlies across the multiverse, specifically Evil Charlie. What Evil Charlie? Oh no, well, obviously we can't let him get away with whatever it is he's trying to get away with. He paused for a moment. I mean, with a name like that, he's obviously evil, but what exactly did he do that was so bad? The MC turned his chair away from Prime Charlie and began pulling up. Still, Image is captured by the water tower security cameras. Of course, they're grainy and of poor quality, as is required of all security cameras, even though everyone has a camera a million times more powerful in their pockets at all times. The Image's show a vicious altercation struck between two Charlies. Evil Charlie is denoted by his edgy black makeup, and computer hacker Charlie as denoted by his colorful striped leggings. Evil Charlie and Hacker Charlie got into a pretty nasty fight about something. Sounds like Evil Charlie was trying to use Hacker Charlie's skills to take over the internet. Fortunately, Hacker Charlie was too skilled in the great art of throwing random objects for Evil Charlie to defeat him. We fear that Evil Charlie is going to come back for Hacker Charlie, though. If we don't stop Evil Charlie, it could be the end of the internet forever. A prophecy of such malediction could not be allowed to come to fruition. So much culture, so much science, so many memes, and so much porn would all be lost in an instant and snapped out of reality, but not the half-ass half population snapped. This would be a full 2 times half-ass annihilation. As we all know, do half-ass makes a full ass. Prime Charlie simply could not stand Ellie by knowing what's at risk. Evil Charlie must be stopped so that the internet can continue to thrive across the moistverse. This was a fact that Charlie knew well. Moreover, Charlie knew this would be an impossible task alone. No doubt Evil Charlie was already amassing an evil army to carry out his sinister will. If Prime Charlie hoped for victory, he too would have gathered the champions of the Moistverse to bring down this tyrant, but Charlie didn't even know where to start or even how to find these champions. He had a feeling there was going to be a real bizarre and boner-busting adventure ahead of him on his quest to save the Moistverse from Evil Charlie.